If you like the ukulele lady, ukulele lady like you. If you like to linger where it's shady, ukulele lady linger too. If you kiss a ukulele lady and you promise ever to be true, and she finds another ukulele lady hanging round with you, maybe she'll cry an awful lot, maybe she'll sigh, and maybe not. Maybe she'll find somebody else by and by to cling to, when it's cool and shady, when it's really wicky-wacky woo. If you like the ukulele lady like you. If you like ukulele lady like you. Well, hi, I'm Betsy. I'm so glad you're joining me to learn how to play the ukulele. I wanted to show you a range of ukuleles. I only have two with me today. This is a pretty inexpensive plastic ukulele, and it sounds good. Or you could say ukulele if you're from Hawaii. Sounds decent. This is my ukulele, which I adore. And I have it with a strap on it. And I like that so I can stand up and move around, and when I am not playing a chord, the ukulele doesn't fall to the floor. This is kind of an expensive one. You don't need an expensive one. You just need one where the tuning pegs, that's this part, will hold pitch, will stay in place once you get the note you want. Now, ukuleles, concert sopranos, most of them are tuned G, C, A, E. But there is something that people do a little differently. If you have a skinny little string for your G string, you're going to tune it in the high octave. If you have a low string, you're going to tune it in the low octave. So it's like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So they're both G, they're just an octave apart. You can get an app on your smartphone and figure out what you want to do. And as long as you have a tunable ukulele, you're ready to go. So if you buy one that is set up for high G, C, E, A, you'll have and in fact, people used to say, my dog has fleas. That's one way to get that tuning. Many of you might have access to a smartphone, and you could get G, C, E, A from your smartphone. But because I like to have a little bass in my ukulele, and so I put a thicker string on it, and I tune to a low G. And it's still G, C, A, E. And the ukulele is a great instrument, and you can play it anywhere. The reason my daughter got this one is because she was playing her nice wooden one, whitewater rafting in the Grand Canyon, and broke it in half. So the reason this is called a waterman is because you can like paddle with it, you can knock it overboard, it'll be fine. It's a tough thing. And maybe I'll play it a little bit just to show you it sounds okay. We're going to just do some simple stuff. So if you didn't have a way to use an app to tune, and you just had to do it with the frets, there's a way to do that too. It's called relative tuning, and you go like this. So you're in the 5th fret to get you just take whatever the 4th string's at, which is a G, and you tune everything to it. It's called relative tuning. You tune in the 5th fret, you get a C, and you tune the C string in the 4th fret. You get your guide is this note, it is E, and in the Back in the 5th fret, you have a guide note to tell you that is A. Goats chew everything always. You could say, my favorite, George Clooney eats apples. So now, hopefully, you got it in tune. And you might have a tuner. And there's all different kinds, and they'll tell you when you're in tune. And me, I like to turn mine off in between things because the battery goes dead. I'm cheap. So let's do the very first thing we can do, and that is a C chord. It looks like this. And your normal playing position would be flat or legs crossed or standing up, depending if you need to dance around or if you're a sedate person. But 3rd fret of the 1st string is a C chord. And you can start to play things with the C chord. We're going to start out, I think I'm going to stand up. So we're going to deal with just one chord for now, a C chord, with your 3rd finger of your left hand. And if you were to do a march, you would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a very common time. That's 4/4 time. We'll use that a lot. That's a pretty simple strum. But if you were going to dance a waltz or sing a waltz, you'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to mostly stand 4/4 probably this lesson, but wanted you to think about times. And I'd like you to think about when you sit down to play your uke or stand up to play your uke, how you're standing. If you feel comfortable, you don't want to be all crunched in. And I want the ukulele to bring you joy. That's the whole point. So throw any judge out the window and just enjoy it. It's supposed to be fun. So with a C chord, you can't exactly play tunes, but you can play enough to practice just playing that. So you can do that with your thumb, and I'll sing a couple rounds. You can sing with me or not. Or if you don't like your thumb, you can go. All right, so here's a round. Oh, I got to do this on the water one, just to be silly. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Now, we could play that a little fancier. We could play it with C and G7, but right now we're learning 1, 2, 3, 4, the march. 1, 2. And here's another one. White coral bells upon a slender stalk, lilies of the valley deck my garden walk. Oh, don't you wish that you could hear them ring? That will happen only when the fairies sing. Big ending there, I threw in the G7. All right, well, so you've got an idea. I hope you're playing along with me. I hope you got in tune. I hope you're comfortable. And you got this idea that we're just playing the simplest strum ever. Now we're going to make it slightly fancy. We're going to go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. It's still 4/4. You could still march to it. But you could do it with your thumb or your fingers, but gentle when you come up. You're like petting a cat. Miss Mary Mac, 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 all dressed in black, 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 with silver buttons, buttons, buttons all down her back, back, back. She asked her mother, mother, mother for 15 cents, cents, cents to see the elephants, elephants, elephants jump the fence, fence, fence. They jumped so high, 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 they reached the sky, 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 and they never came back, back, back till the 4th of July. No, they never came back till the 4th of July. So I'm introducing a new strum, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, with your thumb or your fingers. That song I introduced a new chord, but you can play along with me and just play the C all the way if that's too much to take in right away. But the new chord, to get to it, you go from your C, you slide your 3rd finger down, You put down your first finger in the first fret of the second string, you put down your second finger, and that is called a G7, and that's the second chord we're going to learn. And as you learn these chords, if you can think about making shapes with your hand rather than each individual finger at a time, you'll do better. This is a C. You guide your finger down there, G7, back to a C, and see how fast you can do it. You'll get this. I know you can do this. So if you can learn that one, G7 this time, great. If you can't, it's all right. I like my own ukulele. So, and if you want to put a chord on a ukulele or a strap, you can buy a fancy strap, but you can also just tie it under the strings around the front where the uke curves in, if you have that kind of uke, and under the strings at the top. We're going to do a couple two-chord songs now using C and G7. Now we could do Mary Mac again with the G7. Let's just do that because it's pretty straightforward. And now you can either do the simplest strumming possible, 1, 2, 3, 4, just down. You can be adventurous and go down, down, up, like that. Miss Mary Mac, 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 all dressed in black, 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 silver buttons all down her back, back. She asked her mother for 15 cents to see the elephants jump the fence. They jumped so high, 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 they reached the sky, sky, and they never came back till the 4th of July. And they never came back till the 4th of July. Now you might say, Betsy, I am not a child. I do not need to sing this Mary Mac. You might want something more sophisticated, so we'll do something more sophisticated, but old. I like old music, old instruments, old clothes. So this is a tune from way back when, early days of this country, Buffalo Gals. And it just happens to be with a C and a D7. So let's get it going. Let's get that change going and that strum going. Here's a change and back. And before we start, I want to say something. You can make a game of this. How fast can I get back and forth? You could be watching TV and just race yourself from a C to a G7, because it's not a thinking process, it's a muscle process, and you just want to do it, you know? So back to where I was, and I might take it a little faster, and if it's too fast, do the simplest strum, and if it's too hard, just do the C. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a pretty little gal I chanced to meet. She was fair to see. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? I danced with a gal with a hole in her stocking, and her knees kept a knocking and her feet kept a rocking. Danced with a girl with a hole in her stocking, and we danced by the light of the moon. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Dance by the light of the moon, and dance by the light of the moon. And now you know two big chords. A nice way to end any song that you're playing with a C chord is to go C, G7, C at the end. It sounds like you're finished then. All right, so let's do another C one. Let's do it in 3/4 waltz time. So we're going to do Down in the Valley. Let's do it the simplest way first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the one's very important. Cue the birds and the kids. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'll try to keep doing that and not get any fancier. Down standard. I gotta fix the strum, make it a little fancier. So you can still keep doing this, but I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that, brushing. And a little faster. Down in the valley is so low. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, love, hear the wind blow. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Write me a letter, send it by mail. Send it in care of the Birmingham jail. The Birmingham jail, love, the Birmingham jail. Send it in care of the Birmingham jail. Well, roses love sunshine, violets love dew. Angels in heaven, they know I love you. They know I love you, love, know I love you. Angels in heaven know I love you. If you don't love me, love whom you please, but throw your arms round me, give my heart ease. Give my heart ease, love, give my heart ease. Throw your arms round me, give my heart ease. Down in the valley's so low. Hang your head over and hear the wind blow. Both Buffalo Gals and Miss Mary Mac, you can find them on the web. You can find lyrics and chords. You can play both of them in the key of C. You can play the one we just did in 3/4 time, waltz time, in C with just a C and a G7. And that's your challenge for next time. See if you can tune. So, we're going to review here a minute. G, C, E, A. And then you do a full body scan. You think about, how am I sitting? How am I standing? Are my shoulders relaxed? Am I crunched down? Am I doing something crazy? Because you want to be able to enjoy playing the ukulele for years and years. You don't want to have a cramp in your hand or anything. So when you start to play, you sit down, you tune, you think about how you're sitting. You maybe try a chord after you tune. Maybe it's a C chord, which we just learned, and then maybe you're learning this G7, and the world will be your oyster. If you talk to a librarian, you can probably get some books out of the library that have more chords. These are not particularly great books, they're the books I had, but I love this one because I got it in Hawaii when I got my uke. You can also find pretty much any song you want to play, from contemporary to old, and find chords for them and lyrics for them on the web. And you can ask the librarians to help you research these things if it's hard for you. So thanks for coming. I'm delighted that you came, and I hope to see you next time. And just pat yourself on the back for trying something new, because when you try something new, it's hard at first. Like when you start to ride a two-wheel bike, you fall down. I crashed into a tree the first time they let go of my seat. But I kept doing it because it was fun. It was worth learning. And I hope the ukulele can be fun. Don't crash into any trees. But think of it as an enjoyable way to spend your time. And don't be critical of yourself. Say, good for me. Pat yourself on the back. I'm learning something new. And one of my favorite guitar teachers said, that the stages of learning, and I really think this is true, are frustration, because you're trying and you can't sound like the people you've heard. Experimentation, you try different things, you don't know what's going to work. And then practice, which is just sitting down and doing it even though it's hard and it's a little awkward. And then mastery. And sometimes people will quit an instrument with that frustration part. And I'm here to say, enjoy it. Just go as fast or as slow as you want to. If you just learned a tune today, that's fine. That's great. You learned something new. I'll see you next time.